The committee wants to be kept up to speed on Europe, the European Union, and more importantly the state of progress on reform treaty talks. It's also a chance for the Minister to explain the government's position on the treaty.
In terms of the previous constitutional treaty and the reform treaty and the difference, the fact is that all of the member states, and I've said this previously, all of the member states, all 27, have agreed that the constitutional approach has been abandoned. That's what all member states have agreed to. Now, all member states have moved away from the constitutional approach, both in content and style, but in particular the United Kingdom has moved further away from the previous constitution than any other member state of the European Union as a consequence of us achieving our red lines, our protocol and the fundamental charter on justice and home affairs and all sorts of other issues. Additionally, and this is important, because we have moved away from the sort of trappings of what previously spoke about in the constitutional approach, the flag, the motto, the currency, the anthems, all of that has been abandoned as well. So it's kind of the important symbolism. Importantly and crucially, we're not refounding the European Union based on one new consolidated treaty. The architecture of the European Union remains on the basis of a collection of different treaties rather than one, and that's important. All of that is crucial importance when you consider the aspects of whether it is or is not a constitutional treaty, even before we discuss the UK specific deal on our red lines.
He said legal experts were now fine-tuning the exact language of the mandate proposals.
The negotiations took place around this at the meeting in June under the German presidency. That's when the process was brought to a head in terms of the content of the mandate and a deal that all 27 member states could sign up to. What we're now involved in is the well-established process of legal experts from all of the member states coming together to give legal detail around the specific content of the political commitment and the mandate. There isn't a process of detailed negotiation going on at the moment. What the UK is intending to do is to make sure that the precise wording reflects the mandate that we signed up to, and that's what's currently ongoing.
He said it was important not to be diverted away from the important things that matter in Europe.
The only way in which Europe properly connects and would have a degree of affection is when it actually delivers on the things that matter to real people rather than the things that matter to politicians. So a conversation about how we deliver better on things like the environment, national security, economic dynamism, the issue of jobs, when, as I've reflected before, there are 92 million economically inactive people in the European Union. So how do we deal with that? That's the type of conversation I think would reconnect people to the idea of Europe. Things like small successes, lower mobile phone charges, easy movement across borders for holidaymakers, all of those sorts of issues, cleaner beaches, all those sorts of issues I think are the solutions to this disconnect at a political level. I think it's a false premise to think the solution to this disconnect is structural. But you are right in saying we have abandoned absolutely the constitutional concept, and I would speculate that I don't think in our lifetimes, Mrs Osborne, Europe will have a constitution.
I'm going to take two more issues on this area, then we're going to move on. Greg Pope, then Andrew.